Anyways, I may as well move on to finding Mr. Incredible. That's right. Does this mean we have to not play as Mr. Incredible, or is Mr. Incredible finding his purpose? That's not what happens. We have a cutscene that kind of explains what's going on. The rest of the family has got suits. They've got the red suits now, so...
Remember the bad guys on those shows you used to watch on Saturday
So that's,
morning?
they're actually on the island too, the same island that Mr. Incredible's on, which isn't explained. But I guess, judging by the previous cutscene with them parachuting down, I guess that can be interpreted as them heading towards Mr. Incredible. Probably.
Dash, if anything goes wrong, I want you to run as fast as you can.
Oh, something that doesn't help. And you're wondering, how did Elastigirl find Mr. Incredible? Well, these new suits actually have tracking devices, which is something that's vaguely referenced in the movie. Well, actually, directly, because... Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Or am I? No, I'm just rambling. Okay, so finally, after so long, we get to play as Elastigirl again. That's right. And press and hold the R button to swing across. Well, I made that a little more clear. That's a good sign. Anyways. Oh, right there. Okay. Wasn't sure where. I'm sorry, on my end, the screen is really dark. So I can't see a thing. It's because freaking converter I bought. Anyways, get the head up here, and we even have this whole thing where we don't even do anything. We just kind of look around. Interesting. By the way, if you're playing this on the GameCube version, this is one of the 2 levels in the game that actually runs at 60 frames per second, as opposed to the normal 30 frames per second that the rest of the game runs at. That's pretty interesting. It's kind of a, let's say, a breath of fresh air. Kind of. It's pretty cool to see the game run this smooth when the rest of the game doesn't really. But like I said, there is one more level that does run this frame rate, and we'll see it later on. Anyways. So yeah, in this level, you don't really fight any of the armored enemies that we saw in the last level. I guess because we're playing as, you know, Elastigirl, who, of course, isn't as strong as Mr. Incredible, so it makes sense for her not to deal with all the enemies that, even with someone with super strength, would take, like, you know, up to, I think, 8 hits to defeat, you know? Anyways, there's a bonus item in here. That's nice.
How do I get into these situations?
Well, aren't you the one that's choosing to get in these situations? I mean, you're trying to save your husband. Anyways. So yeah, a lot of going through hallways. It's great, isn't it? Oh my god. That's what I meant by that these enemies won't shut up, because they really, really don't. Also, yeah, these consoles don't activate until you defeated all the enemies in the room, so that's great. Alright, and this, yeah, lowers, or removes those gates. You're even given a map to determine, like, okay, which gates are on and off, you know? It can be seen as useful, but it's not really necessary. Oh my god. I don't know why I wasted all that credit power earlier. And... yep. Now, of course, this is another example of a scene from the movie being drawn out into a level, because I believe in this scene in the movie... Now, that whole scene of Elastigirl being on that monopod is the name of the vehicle she was on earlier. That is seen in the movie, along with, of course, some antics of her dealing with her stretchiness and stuff. If you know what I mean. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a motorcycle over there, by the way. Dang it! Alright, it's really hard to not get spotted in those lights. But from what I've seen, apparently it is possible. So that's interesting. I don't know what it is about when because usually when it comes to, you know, voice lines that are repeated like that, usually they try to, you know, shift the pitches of the same voice clip to make it somewhat distinct. Of course, it's always funniest when it's at the highest pitch. Or just a high pitch in general. Alright. So, in here is where we'll find that bonus item. Alright. There we go. We now have a henchman with a bomb. Or with a bomb launcher. And we even have a new kind of enemy, these shielded henchmen, which we just have to throw an enemy at them in order to defeat them. They are rarely seen in this game. I think this is only 1 out of 2 levels where they appear. So that's pretty interesting. And it's funny, from what I've seen, they only appear in Elastigirl stages. Still love that the enemies will just, if you're like, you know, if you're activating a console, the enemies will just wait for you. They'll wait for you to activate it and not attack you while doing it. That's really nice of them. Trying to think of a scenario, like a funny scenario, to where that logic would come into play. Trying to think, like maybe, I don't know, a fight in a school cafeteria, and if one person decides, you know, to I don't know, eat their food, the other person will wait for them before they start fighting again. That's, I don't know, it's just a random scenario thought of in my head that might have the same logic as in this game of the enemy is waiting for you to activate a console before fighting you again. Alright, and anyways, over here is where the next section is. Although, we can activate this to activate that over there. Now, is there a point to that? Let's find out. If not, I'll be very disappointed that we wasted a lot of time. There's a bonus item in there. Very nice. And I believe that's all 3 bonus items. Also, this console does nothing, if you were wondering. So it is, yeah. There's no point to it. Alright, let's get back to this crane, which is pretty slow considering it moves automatically. And we're gonna have to make a full rotation around again, aren't we? Great. Oh! Never mind, no we aren't. Okay, okay. That's nice. Thanks, game. Alright. Just trying to see if another door has that logic we saw in the last level to get a bonus item. God, that was so stupid. Alright, so for this section, we just have to turn on both of these, and then turn on the one in the middle. And then we'll have to do it to the other one until we make a full orbit. I'm glad Elastigirl just got here and yet knows how to work all of these consoles. That's really cool. Maybe she, I don't know, did a lot of research on this, or, I don't know, found the manuals to all this stuff before coming in here. I mean, I was about to ask if the film explains it, but the film doesn't really have this because it's the, you know, the gate switches in that film are activated by, like, cards that the henchmen have. And and in these scenes, great. Great! Yeah, one fall and you're dead. That's great. Thanks, game. So yeah, look out for that. Because whenever Elastigirl gets hit, she gets knocked back pretty far, especially in the air. Oh dear God. And we're gonna see, it gets even worse in the other level, the last level where you play as Elastigirl in this game. God, I dread playing that. It's gonna be bad. But for now, talking about, oh yeah, the cards, because pretty sure that laser right there, I don't know if it instantly kills you actually. I don't need health right now, I need Incredipower power. But yeah, in these scenes in the movie, Elastigirl just steals a card that the henchmen have and use it to navigate this whole place. Which makes a lot more sense than seen here. I'm just saying. Unless it's just simply a button or something, but it looks like there's a lot of buttons on those what do you call them? Control centers? I don't know. Alright, there we go. So now, we reach the center. And activate that to reach up here. To where we have more pushing buttons. Isn't this fun? I mean, yeah, there's some enemies in between that make it a little fun. Don't get me wrong. We're trying to turn off those 4 laser thingies. I don't know what they are. They look like the brushes you see in car washes. That's all I can say about those. Alright. No, so yeah, what we are hanging on is pretty much kind of a bridge for the monopod vehicles to get across in order to, I guess, get across and travel through this whole place. Which I guess is kind of clever, you know? That's the thing I will say, is that just like the levels earlier in this game in the city, these levels are, I think are still really cleverly designed, you know? The fact that these, you know, they still structured all these places to really feel like real places. Having a lot of stuff interconnected. It's really cool to see.
Finding bad guys is fun.
I'm glad you think that, Elastigirl. Anyways. I think there's a specific place you need to... Oh yeah, watch out for that. That guy will shoot laser beams at you, which, like I said earlier about the knockback, it gets pretty obnoxious and you can get knocked back very easily. So yeah, you have to... okay. Yeah, pretty clever that we had to travel onto that bridge to get to our next location. So apparently there's just a, you know, a place right here where you can just enter this, where monopods can literally travel. That's safe. That's really cool. So in this last locale, in this level, we have to go to the two sides and activate two consoles in order to open the middle gate, or the middle door.
My mother warned me about days like this.
Did she now? I don't know, it would have been really cool to see who Mr. and Mrs. Incredible's parents were, you know? Maybe that's something Incredibles 3 will explain. Do I just go around? I guess I do, okay. Weird. Anyways. Alright. Yeah, doing this move is always satisfying. Alright. Now to do it for the other side. And now, the middle door is open. Now, we can go find her husband. Get out of here, guys. Here we are. And also, yeah, we don't get to see Helen rescue Mr. Incredible. Instead, we have this cutscene where they're forming a rocket. Okay. Also, I think that's an Omnidroid that they put in there. Anyways, that was that level. That took us 15 minutes. We defeated 167 enemies, received 500 damage, dealt 3,400 damage. Holy crap. We picked up 225 health, did 28 incredible moves, and burned 1,100 calories. Alright, so that's that level. Anyways, here's 100 Mile Dash. That's right. You might know what this level's about, considering that title. This cutscene might also tell us. As we have Dash in the jungle. So I guess this is where they ended up after Elastigirl literally just left him in the cave. And yeah, that's the cockatiel that we saw on the Nomadison Island level. See, I told you it appears in the movie. And it's used as a... yeah, as a way to track, or it has a camera in it to be used to spy on it. Okay, and so here we are. We get another Dash level. Escape the Velocipods before time runs out. So that's right, we have another Dash level where we run through the jungle rather than a neighborhood. And just, yeah, try to dodge obstacles as we make our way through. Now, it works a little differently than in the Late for School level. Rather than having a central time limit across the entire level, we instead have a timer that ticks down pretty much, it's pretty much the amount of time we have to reach the next checkpoint. And if the timer runs out, we die and have to return back to the previous checkpoint. So yeah, I believe once we reach the checkpoint, oh, cutting it close here. There we go. Those timer symbols represent checkpoints. And I believe, yeah, this level has 6 checkpoints, the most of any level. And so yeah, there's these tunnel sections, which are a little weird, but whatever. Yeah, not sure why this level has a time limit, considering having one-hit kills if you run into any obstacle is kind of enough of a challenge. But, whatever, I guess. I guess it's our timer to before the Velocipods get us? I have no idea. Anyways, we get to run on water in this level. And by the way, if you boost on the water, you won't actually heat up. So you can reach max speed for as long as you want on the water. I'm guessing because, you know, the boost is supposed to like burn you up. Well, if you're on the water, you're going to be cooled down at all times. So, yeah. It's pretty cool how they incorporate that that scene in the movie where Dash runs on water in this scene in the movie. Alright, anyways, get to go over here now. Otherwise, you would just loop around that whole area, which is kind of pointless. We got a bonus item. Alright, so yeah, like I said, this level is directly based off a scene from the movie where Dash is chased by all of these goons. I think there was something we would get if we went left there. We just loop back around. Okay, interesting. Now we get to over here. You may see that vine. We're gonna swing across it. Why not? You know? Uh-oh. Now, another thing that makes this distinct from the late for school level is that you may notice that there are actually some Incredipower pickups. Uh-oh. There are some Incredipower pickups located in this level. Those actually replenish your boost meter. Yeah, only in this level. Oddly, you'd think they'd be in the late for school level, considering, you know, that's kind of a beginner level for Dash. So, having those would be a better way to show off the boost, but I guess not. Weird. Also, yeah, if you trip on any limbs, similar to how you trip on the manholes in the late for school level, you actually will not be given a prompt saying tap A to recover this time. So, yeah, that's what I mean about those pickups. Alright, and we get to run on water again. Nice. Well, I say that. That's great. So yeah, Dash can be pretty annoying in this level, honestly, but it ain't that big of a deal, I guess. Also, yeah, those tunnels are pretty weird to control. Like, you really only fully control him when he's at the bottom, whereas when he's at the top, he kind of just moves on his own. It's really weird. Anyways, get to run on water again. And now we have a whole cave section, which kind of has two sections to it. There's in here, where we just go in a tunnel, and there's also an outer area, which kind of gives you a little more room to control Dash. Alright. Run through this. And we have an opening there. And that's where the level ends. Yeah, you may have noticed on the right with that mini-map, we actually ended the level at 95% and not at 100. Okay. Maybe there was planned to be more to the level. I don't know. Maybe it was just a miscalculation. And yeah, that was that level. Took us 5 minutes to beat. Our max speed was 168. I mean, as long as we went the max speed, it's going to be it no matter what. Our average speed was 88. 6 respawns, 2 trips, time boosting 31, distance 8. 8 what? Miles? Whatever. And 301 calories burnt. That's it? Okay. Sure. Alright, so for the first bonus item in this stage that we missed, it's actually pretty early on in the level. Now I don't know how I completely missed this, but I did. I believe it's the second tunnel in this stage. So after this one, right there. So yeah, right before the first checkpoint in the level, you'll have to go to the right above where that kind of, I guess, arch is. I don't even remember if there's a tunnel. It's probably not. Probably just an arch. We can't check. I keep on having to look at my computer and its recording software because I'm able to see better on there than on my actual TV. Because I have the brightness set up on here. Alright, right here. Here's where you start veering left. And there it is! There's the... Dang it! I freaking beat the level. That's not what I wanted. The bonus item was right there. Alright, you're going to want to slow yourself here. After that, right after that is where you turn left here. And on this rock, there's a bonus item. And there we go. That takes care of all the bonus items in 100-mile dash. And so now, max speed 229. How did that happen? Huh? Thought the max speed was like 166. What's going on? Whatever.